more than people jumping into the chat. This is me just kind of testing things out this morning. Um, Ideally, what we're going to be doing in the future is a lot more live. So, anybody joining me from Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, yeah, even there. Anybody joining me in any one of these platforms, please feel free to jump into the chat. I am curious to see how this goes. Uh, this is what I do on the occasion. This is what you call a side quest. Okay. So every now and then you just got to go ahead and let the side quest kind of play out and see where it goes. I'm going to do a little bit. I can't really do a run on any of my own platforms to see how it's looking. I guess I could try to do a run on my phone. Let me see if I could switch the account and see exactly how this would look if I go check out myself on my phone. Let's go this way with it. Is he live? Is he live? Is he live? This is a good test. Once again, everybody who jumps in on the chat, please send me a message, anything like that. I'm just trying to see how this, how smooth. Not if it, and that's one thing I do want to stress, right? Not if it works. I know it works. I just want to see how smooth it works. Because if it does work really well, then I might do a few more like this. Right now, as you guys can see, I am once again in the producer's lounge. I do have a couple projects rendering right now. So that's really where, whenever you see anything render, that's really where I kind of play and do things from, you know. Let me see here. It says that there is someone in the chat. So let me go back over here. You, okay, Mobius, Jack Ataka, he sees me on YouTube. Okay. So there is something going on here. All right. So YouTube is working well. The question is whether or not we got let's see, we got Facebook and if we got Instagram working well. That's really where we're at with it. This is what I do during the rendering process. And any video editor knows, anybody who's ever created a project like that knows the rendering process is something that I wish that we could just make faster. Just in general, that we could just make faster. But this is where we're at with it. I got my cup right here. Typically, I have my A&J mug, but this mug is super cool. And I appreciate it because it's one of the, before I started a mug collection, that's right, I have a bit of a mug collection. Before I started the mug collection, I saw this cup and I was like, this is awesome. Any gamers, anything like that. Gotta head out, but stream is playing smooth. Thank you so much. See, that's what I needed to hear. I just needed to make sure that it was coming in cool on YouTube, make sure that it was coming in cool on all other platforms. I mean, right now we're just gonna keep on waiting and see what we're gonna do. It's a good test run. Like I said, this is my test run, a little coffee time live. Um, I wonder, can you guys you guys should be able to see and hear absolutely everything I'm doing. Huh. What other nonsense could I do while I'm doing this right now? Hold on a second. Nope, can't do that. Nope, can't do that. Oh, look, I could put a script. That will be me being extra. I could turn around and be like, hey, listen, this is what we're talking about, and have this whole thing written out. I could. I could. Or I could do exactly what I'm doing right now and just do it live. We'll do it live. I'm not going to curse. We'll do it live. For those who know, they know. Huh. If I play a song, will you guys hear a song? Actually, I'm not going to do that because of YouTube. YouTube would just take me out. YouTube will literally storm the door right now and just be like, "No, we're not having that. Not today." And I'll be like, "Oh no, not today." Oh man, I can't believe that it's Thursday already. It has been one heck of a week, to be honest. It has been a very, very interesting week. I'm working on this design, and typically, when most people create like these kind of designs that go on, they have like a layout, you know. But sometimes you just gotta freehand this out and just be like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna take my pencil and I'm gonna mark it, and I hope the design comes out, and I hope it does come out nice. Realistically, it's supposed to kind of be like a microphone, but based on my drawings and everything like that, I'm just making sure it doesn't look like a tree. That's really where I'm at today. I'm just making sure it doesn't look like a tree. Let's see if we got anybody that jumped in on Instagram. Nothing on IG just yet. Anything on Facebook? Facebook is the one that we're waiting on. Facebook and IG. I myself am going to jump on IG and see if I see myself on a different profile. I have two profiles. I do have a personal and I do have a business one. The personal one was kind of like the doorway to kind of coffee time live. Actually, that kind of really all started with Facebook. That's where that really started. And basically, what ended up happening is I was getting into, well, no, coffee time. Let's see the original origins. The original origins of coffee time go like this. Our girls were really, really young. I have two daughters. Both were really, really young. And as parents, you need that little break in the morning before you start the day. So what we started to do was coffee time. And we would just kind of play some music and talk and go one on one. And we'll just be in the kitchen, maybe for about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. We were in the kitchen. And we would just sip our coffee slow. And it was just like a nice chill time. And we would just play some good music. And then we explained to the girls, like, hey, this is mommy and daddy's kind of like preparation for the day. This is kind of like our thing, play for a little bit. This is after they kind of had breakfast and everything was all set. That was like the initiation of coffee time. Now, afterwards, what ended up happening was it transitioned a little bit because I had to leave so early to get to my store when I was working at GameStop that like I had to do all this extra like editing, pardon me, not editing. I had to do all this extra driving and get there early just to avoid the traffic that was going in. So I went in and I just started recording myself in the morning, just doing some basic live streams, going one on one with people, and enjoying a cup of coffee with them. Uh, then it just kind of escalated, and I've been doing it for quite some time, for a couple of years now. That's kind of like where the mugs came into play because one thing I will say about GameStop is that they had a lot of really cool mugs. Now, all the locations that I've previously worked at, unfortunately, are all gone, all of them. So, for anybody curious to which GameStops I did work in the one in Willowbrook Mall. I worked in the one in North Bergen, Sea Caucus. Um, God, what was the other one? Union City. I worked in a few. I was with the company for a good amount of time. So, but that's where it started. I started recording about like about 15 minutes before the shift started. And it was just kind of like a chill thing to do. It was a great way to connect. It was a great way to see how everybody's doing. And it was a great way to have a great vibe and also speak about the day and kind of speak about some of the things that we see and what happens. And honestly, it connected me with a lot of family and friends and in a good way. So when you see me doing like coffee time live now, it's a little bit different now. Now you see me inside our own business, A&J Media. It's a family business, between my wife, myself, my kids, And you're going to see me in here a lot more. And I plan to do more lives. I want to invite more people down. I love the idea of doing a one on one with people and having them in the studio because it shines light on people. And I think in today's world, as sometimes, like I say this all the time, you could get fed, depending what you're stopping to watch, you get fed a lot of things that aren't really necessary. That's what it is. So you should also very be mindful of the first 30 minutes that you see in your day. Like definitely be mindful of the first 30 minutes. No Rain Man, but definitely be mindful. Now, my test was to see if I could see myself online. And I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. It shows me following. I connected the stream. No notifications. I will say that doesn't stop. Notifications are crazy. They'll just be like notification, notification, notification. I'll be like, damn. I don't know if that considers a curse, but I was there for it. So anybody who earmuffs it out. So right now my computer's rendering. I have a cup of coffee in my hand. I am enjoying an overall good time. I mean, I might even go live on TikTok. So the thing is about going live on TikTok right now is I can't go live on TikTok based on like where I'm at and things. I could go live directly off the phone. I'm working on that. But, Now, focus on, let's get a couple goals for today. I could technically speak and see if I'm on here. This is all just a test. So anybody who jumps in and join, I'm having um I am having a really chill day, as you guys can see. Now let's see if I'm live on my own channel. Oh, I am. Yeah. Can I see myself live? Ah, there I am. That's pretty cool. Okay. So Facebook is good. Instagram is the question mark. YouTube is already good to go. I do like this setting. So ideally, once again, ideally, what you're going to see happening in for this year is bringing people down. You're going to see a lot more of A&J Media this year. You guys are going to have a lot more fun with me this year. And we're going to be making some magic, making some things happen. And at the same time, if you guys have any, challenges or things that you kind of want to talk about, get off your plate, here's the place. Jump in and have a cup of coffee. Sometimes all you need is just that cup and just to go out there and just kind of even it out. The other thing is, too, it's a little bit left field. I do have a tendency to try different types of coffee. So that might be a highlight. If you guys turn around and you're like, hey, I like this, hey, I like that, whatever it is, that might be a highlight. I was going to play music, but then I realized that that can't go. That can't happen. Hmm, hmm. But this is very interesting. I like this Picasso. I like it. The random chair in the background is because I switched seats. So as of right now, it looks like all my rendering is almost complete. So I'm still with you guys for a little bit more. Going on in the studio just to kind of update it for the new year. New room should be up by, oh my god, this new room has been in process for a while now. But it's about doing it the right way and not doing it in a rush. Most people are trying to finish it and do it and move it and do it all this other way. It's about doing it in the right way, not doing it in a rush. So hopefully by either end of this month or by end of May, we'll have the new room up and going. And that room is going to be, more of a one-to-one kind of room. We could definitely fit four people in there if we wanted to. Um, Ideally, I kind of wanted a different setting. I feel like every time we're doing something, you got to have it its own look, have its own vibe. So today, overall, for example, this is like a setting. This is a vibe. Now, currently, I am under construction. So if you do see a little bit of cables here, cables there, that's because that's just me doing some extra work. I have this look that I kind of wanted to do. So you see like the sound panels hanging off the side. Those are the big things you see like in the background, like my gray on the side over here and my black over here on this side. And traditionally what they're supposed to do is absorb sound. It's not really, I don't really have another way of breaking it down. But when you position them behind speakers, like you see on this side over here, when you position them behind speakers, when you're doing like mixing, is to kind of help manage some of the bounce back from the wall. That's really what it's for. It's really supposed to kind of help manage it. That way you don't get extra muddy, especially if you have bass heavy speakers. You don't want it to get that muddy bouncing back in. You can also see a little bit more of my equipment back there. You got the Scarlet back there just chilling. And then a little bit more of me. You kind of got like the Captain America shield over there just chilling. So it kind of goes back and forth. It's a cool thing. Going live is something I just overall like doing, man. I like doing it because I get the message and talk to you guys. So that's really kind of what really gets going. I am on Twitch. I'll probably connect my Twitch at the same time. Oh, I didn't change my name. Here, hold on. That's how you know it's cool. Where is that? It's Clark. It's not Clark. It's me. Clark is one of my podcasters. We actually record together every single week. Clark is the host of the Free Like Me podcast. So if you see Clark in the corner, that's pretty cool because it's free like me. That is a valuable lesson too. This is how you know it's a test. You double check. But Free Like Me podcast comes out every single week, launches at 6 a.m. now on YouTube and 6 a.m. across all wherever you listen to platforms. And each week they talk to different guests, going one on one on how they were able to overcome the challenges. Primarily, a lot of guests overcome a lot of challenges from when they were children of abuse, and what they're doing with their life now, and just a couple of key things to help people who may have had, unfortunately, these traumatic experiences themselves. it is, it is a challenge that way. So with that being said, I think everything's all set. It looks like the rendering process is complete. I do have to get to going and get to a little bit of work, but everybody who joined me on the chat, I appreciate it. This worked out really well and I like it. Um, I'll probably switch up the microphone and switch up the arm and do something different, but for now, this is a good thing. Shout out to everybody who joined. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for running the test with me. Take it easy. Peace.